Hey, what is going on, guys? We are back for another video, and this time we are talking about some more updates. I just did an update video not too long ago, but TypeSoul has some more updates to talk about. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. I reached 300 subscribers like I wanted to before the end of the month, so let's hit this goal of 50 more subs if that's possible. Like the video and comment down below your thoughts. Now, with TypeSoul, there's been a few updates in the chat yesterday, and there's a few more that they did, and a lot has been changed to most of the weapons actually. Um, in the Discord, around the 4th, we got a bunch of different changes to some of the weapons in game. So, for example, the Luis Sword M1 has been reduced to 10%. Longsword M1 reduced to 5%, but one of my favorite weapons is the Baragon Axe, and the crit has been buffed to now have a small dash. So instead of just doing a spin in a circle, you now, I guess, dash and then do the spin, which is kind of good in my opinion. A lot of these weapons have dashes, like this weapon that I have on me right now called the Virgil. So it just makes sense to add a dash to Baragon Axe. Why not? And it looks like some of these weapons, for example, the Tenzin M1 speed has been increased, as well as the floodage, crit damage increased, the stun has been increased, as well as Baragon stun has been increased, and then the hitbox ranges have also been increased and stuff like that. Now, some of the other changes down here were, for example, the teleporting to the main menu was an issue. I did have that issue before where I was trying to do the bosses when they added them and I couldn't do so. I was trying to teleport to the main menu, it just wouldn't allow me. And teleporting fixed a bug where teleporting to previous places would sometimes not show a teleport screen, which, yeah, it didn't show a teleport screen before. Now it kind of does. And then going on to the actual big stuff is, for example, the new code that they added is right here, code that they added. Now, it wasn't working before, but it should be working now. Gives a blue elixir, red elixir, and soul ticket, which are the only ones that I'm really looking at. The code will be down in the description, and of course it's in the Discord if you want to just do it there, and I'll have it on screen the entire time. Now, some actual major changes that I want to talk about are going to be down here. Every accessory in game stat has been reduced to half. For example, if you had an item that gave you 6% defense, it now gives 3, and that applies to every accessory, of course. For example, I just got this glowing reactive cat ear from the AFK World yesterday. I just finished one of my tickets. I have one more world ticket, as you can see. And the glowing reactive cat ears originally gave 15 HP, about 15 HP, and 5 defense. Now it gives 7 HP and 2.5 defense. Now, that can be a good or bad thing. I guess what they're trying to go here is to just make all the fights less. Normally when you're fighting, you are fighting for a pretty long while, and after a little while, your ray, which is your blue bar, will drain. And then it becomes a battle of just running away and getting your ray back. Now, with that being said, some of these super OP stuff have been hacked, obviously, but at the same time, you still have the same amount of health, original health, and stuff like that. It's just that your items are now, debuffed. Like Vamp Cloak is now 7 HP and 10 raid instead of it being doubled. Now, there is also new dev products that give you permanent boss raid pity. I'm guessing that basically when you're doing a boss raid, it basically gives you a higher chance of getting some of the items. So, like, for example, there's items in the boss that are like a 0 point whatever chance. I guess after a little while, just like other games, after you spin for a while, there's a pity system. So you do 50 spins, it gives you a higher chance of getting a legendary and whatnot. So in this case, you'll be able to get more items quicker, like the partial core, which I actually got in the AFK world, which gave me my third move that I can use. attacking with a cleave. And all boss accessories are now bankable and tradable, so you can go ahead and store those and trade those now. And some of the other updates, like the dev products that are not out yet, it'll cost 250 Robux to permanently have the pity system increased to 15, which is the pity system that they were talking about from the boss raids. I guess it's just not a thing that you can have right away. I guess it's a chance to have a chance at 15%. Now, I guess that's going to be good because obviously, even at a 15% rate of certain items, that's a high increase, and you can actually get better stuff quicker in a raid or just a boss raid. Now, another thing I want to talk about here is the code that I was talking about before. Like I said, it wasn't working before, you know, but they fixed it. Code should be working. Like I showed earlier, it gave blue pill and stuff like that. All the other codes above, I think, are now expired, shouldn't be working. Now, they did do some more updates to some of the weapons, like the scythe crit windup has been increased to 0.15, crit cooldown from 6 to 8, stuff like that with more weapons and that stuff, and then fix the arena because it was just buggy for some reason. Now, I did have a problem with the AFK world. Yesterday, I was trying to leave. It wouldn't let me. Maybe that got fixed already. Well, actually, no, that wasn't the real situation. Basically, I wasn't able to move. Like, I was walking. I couldn't PvP. I was PvPing someone, and then I just stopped running and flash stepping and M1ing. I was just moving like this. I couldn't use any of my moves or anything like that. So hopefully that got fixed when I go back into the AFK world. But yeah, that's basically the update. You know, I just wanted to talk about the big major things, like how they reduced all the accessories down to half. Now, actually, I do want to mention one more thing, is that now that the fights are going to be shorter, and because all of the accessories are half, people that have, for example, Grand Ray Sarah that I just got, I did a video about that yesterday. That does a pretty good amount of damage. If you're fighting people who have certain essences and certain moves like 1,000 Deaths, which is a pretty good move, which I have. It's in my bank. Those fights are going to be a bit more different. You're probably going to have a higher chance of possibly losing because they have other dev items and stuff like that compared to you. Now, for sure, if you're fighting a dev, yeah, say GG's. You're not winning. You know, they will have lesser health because of the items, but at the same time, yeah, you're gonna lose for sure. And I'm lagging. The servers have been laggy. Maybe it's my laptop, but oh, I got disconnected. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna end the video off right there. The update that majorly changed by halving the items in the game can be a good or bad thing, you know. In my opinion, the long fights were pretty cool, but now you have a higher chance of doing more ranked matches in an hour or so. You know, you'll lose quicker or you'll win quicker, you know. Ooh. So, yeah, that's the video. Definitely go ahead and subscribe, you know, stay tuned, help me grow. And, yeah, peace out.